Okay, Sunday school is in session. Thank you for being here, Amy.
Hello, good evening, kids. Happy Sunday.
If you guys could hit the like button as you join our conversation, that'd be greatly appreciated. We are doing a Sunday edition of our hangout night that usually takes place on Saturday, but because of the holiday, we are here for Sunday school. So, this is part two of our deep dive into the Machardo incidences that are taking place because they just keep going on. Like, I thought,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to talk about the money that seems to have not been proven that was donated that she talked about. And again, this comes from the Karen Reed community, in case anyone's confused or hasn't seen any of the coverage that we've done. We did part one last Saturday. And I know that Olap and Jolene, of course, Lunzer, everyone's kind of touching on this in their own way. And as well as X has like a lot of this stuff. So before we get started, I do have a little things that I do want to address because I had seen somebody said, "Oh, they mentioned your stream and Jess's live that I think she might have taken down, or maybe it's still up. I don't know. I can't keep track because things have been coming and going on her channel, and people are sending me clips and people are posting clips on X. So we're going to go through them and react to them because some of this stuff is not up on YouTube anymore for some reason. But I think I know what the reason is. But anyways, she was saying that she was being fat shamed. And she was accusing people who hadn't fat shamed her, including Jolene. And I just wanted to come out, and she said something about like, and they made a thumbnail of me and I had my stomach hanging out. So I just wanted to show the receipts on that was just Chat GPT. Like I barely assisted at all. Like that's what it came up with out of your picture, Jess. And that was, of course, a screenshot I took of one of her live streams, I think right when she was farting. And then the Jolene picture next to it is from her live stream. And all I said was combine these photos into one YouTube thumbnail, size 16 by 9, with green gas coming out from the woman in this pink striped shirt. And with the words, Jess Macchiato tries to drag Jolene, but it backfires. Literally. And whole milk in a bottle to the thumbnail somewhere. And that is what ChatGPT came up with. So hold on, I wanted to show the full prompt because for okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I just wanted to make it clear that like it wasn't like I said to ChatGPT, have her stomach hanging out. And I mean, that is what it took from the photos that I gave it. You know what I mean? Like, and then it came up with its own. And so to say that like I was fat shaming, and again, I want to make a disclaimer that anything I say or joke about, like, it doesn't necessarily mean Amy signs off on it or agrees or anything. So I don't want anyone attacking Amy for something that I say and vice
Oh,
versa.
yeah.
I know like the trolls can be nasty, especially apparently her followers, much like the gems in hidden true crime community and JLR's trolls in his community. So yeah, this wasn't the only thing I wanted it to add was say add the words literally. So there was nothing in here that says and make the woman in the pink striped shirt have her stomach. That was just what it came up with from your photo. Like that's all you. I'm sorry, but like I don't know. It's the
I mean,
fat bastard clip that I played.
we've never fat shamed her. I've never done that. I've never heard anyone really fat shame her. But until she started doing the whole, they fat shame me, ba, 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 ba. It's like, no, we didn't. No, we didn't do that. And like, listen, I have gone hard on X about her for my own reasons, my own personal reasons, because I think that her and her rabbits, trigger people by saying things that they know are going to hurt them. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you're going to dish it, you're going to get it. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't go after people unless they fucking deserve it. And
And the clip that I played of the Austin Powers fat bastard, that was more to do with him farting in front of someone, like she
yeah,
farted in her live stream with J7. I mean,
I feel like
that
that's an
was more to
interview.
point that out, not so much like the looks, but I can see in the Shallow Hal movie, like I just think that movie's hilarious,
That shit
and
was
I guess
hilarious.
the underwear comparison, like I could see that could be perceived as, but I just think that stuff's funny. Like maybe it's
Yeah.
something I need to work on, but like Yeah, so I just wanted to make it clear, like, it wasn't like I went into ChatGPT and I was like, "Make her stomach hanging out and make her look super obese." Like, none of that was said in the prompt. Just wanted to clarify, and, like, we were nice, I think.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
I could have made the thumbnail today, like, like, have the tower leaning,
Right.
but I didn't.
The only one that brings up her body is her.
Yes, and, like, she said it herself, and then she called Jolene fat.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too is like her and her husband, he's been on Frame had I mean she talked about Nan size and talked about the thing is this is part of her character which people have been pointing out is that she goes so balls to the wall on people, okay? And she has got attacked so many people, and she says really horrific things and
Yeah.
goes way below the belt with a lot of things. And so it's like if you're gonna dish it, you should be able to take it. Like when you're like, oh, her rabbits are going after you. Like, I mean, I listen, I exercise the block button. I don't do it. Like, oh well, like these people. Plus, I've been dishing it, so obviously, if I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna take it. It is what it is. But no one people were starting off like pointing out character flaws. No one was talking about her teeth, and then she goes after one of the creators' teeth who has nice ones. Then it's
Listen, I heard all I needed to hear when she goes through every single day the drive-through and she treats these workers like crap.
yeah.
Just be
Yep.
like, listen, I was in the restaurant industry and bartended, all that for years. When somebody would treat us like crap, like I know Jess does when she goes out to eat.
Mhm.
Like she'll complain about things and then want it for free, but most of it's missing, that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like she's not a nice person on many levels.
Right.
And not to mention like this meal or this drink that she has like around 500 calories in it. Like she
Right.
has said herself that she's fat
Yeah.
and like joked
Right.
around about it. And like it's not healthy. Like we shouldn't be making it like, oh, it's cute, and it's like it's not healthy.
I can have a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk.
Large iced white chocolate pistachio, milk, anything else?
That'll be it.
$7.49. I have some pistachio for you today.
I can have a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk.
Oh my God.
Large iced white chocolate pistachio.
Yeah. Like and the thing is too is like I think because people are using like Moo Shadow on X and stuff or whatever, and they use wordplay that she thinks that we're calling her a cow because she's fat. Like, no, like it's the dairy intake and it's you being a low cow online. Like it has nothing to do with your size. You talk about your size, just like no one else. I've been overweight most of my life. Like I get it. Like I don't why. Listen, there's a lot of things to talk about other than your size. When people start talking about looks, often it's to hurt people
When she
or
mentions other people, and on such like a disregard type of basis,
yeah.
if I make a fat joke about her, like I almost like I don't feel bad because she's so foul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to hold on. Maybe this little clip gives someone else another idea.
I have Venmo. I know Erin put that out there just so people know that that's how I live. I live off of grifting and donations from everybody. It's how I don't at this point have to go and get a job. I have Venmo. I know Erin put that out there just so people know that that's how I live.
Right. And like
Meanwhile, she complains about people on like WIC.
yeah. Yeah.
Which is for like women and children like able to get food to eat in formula.
Right.
And for people, I know that some people are like, so cam up. Not to me. No one ever says that to me. But like people will say things like just in the circles, like, oh, they're going to talk all this shit, but they don't cam up. I just wanted to make it clear with this heat and like the kids being 5 and 20 months, like this is what I look like right now.
Yeah.
And like talking about like
Oh my
weight,
God.
like I gained 50 something pounds with both my pregnancies. I'm 5'3", so 50 pounds on my frame is like 100 pounds.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
work my butt off to get that weight off, and it
yeah,
takes work, you know? So
right.
when we're talking about like healthy and like addictions, if you have anything to say there, like about stuff that she said, you know, go right ahead. But like food is also an addiction.
A huge addiction. I mean, that so like people can be addicted to a lot of things. This is my problem with her though, okay? Because I usually like when me and you are in true crime, right? We go over a lot of cases. We really dive into cases, and we are for the good guy. We want justice for everyone that we talk about, right? And when I get mean, I start calling people a piece of shit and stuff like that. And I do, these people deserve it. Okay.
Mm.
My problem has always been with her that she goes after people because she thinks that she can. She thinks, at one time it was because she would use, her association with Turtle Boy as both like a sword and a shield. But she goes after people, and she goes after addicts, and she goes after people for whatever reason. You're right. Oh yeah, this. She goes after people and has all these opinions about people. She's clearly opinionated, but then she, she'll talk about people with addiction, and think that they're less than. But then, like, girl, like, you're addicted to food. Like, you're
Yeah.
addicted to sugar. You're addicted to drama. You're addicted to a bunch of things. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about the law girls not having money when why are you going after people constantly when you clearly don't live like the Trumps? Like, you didn't. It just seems like when you're going after someone for things that are embarrassing, humiliating, and you're constantly humiliating and embarrassing other people, when you live like this, or you have a past too. Everyone has a past. I don't care who you are, no matter what that looks like. She says that she has all this trauma. Like, I'm sorry that you have all that trauma. I don't think that any kid should grow up the way you say that you've grown up. I think that's very sad, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Go ahead.
no, it just gets lost in the sauce with all her other
Yeah.
like things that we said together before we hit live. Like, it
Yeah.
it explains a lot
Yeah.
about her, but it doesn't excuse a lot about her.
Right. I mean, if you go through a lot of trauma like that, it's your responsibility to go to therapy and to work through that. You don't become an adult abuser and abuse everyone in your wake. Like, the way you treat the janitor at the place that you work when you're leaving at night says a lot about you, right? The people that you're interacting with, getting your coffee in the morning, the way you talk about people, like, I like to see everybody as like, I don't like to hurt people just for the sake of hurting them, right? Like, you can think things silently and be like not particularly care for someone. Like, I was never like a Jess quote unquote fan. I just wasn't. I didn't vibe with her content. But that was like my opinion to have. I didn't go out in the universe and like say it, right? I like talking shit. Like, I like talking shit. I like consuming it, right? But at some point, you have to say to yourself, you're just being a mean girl. Are you just being like,
A
are
bully
you,
to if that's even like a thing. I don't know.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And she's very hateful toward everybody. Right. And then she plays the victim of it all. And it's like, you can't I heard on a space earlier, it's like, you can't put this out into the ether and then not expect it back. And then when she gets it back, it's like doubling down and doubling down instead of like stopping and moving on. It's just like constant fucking shit. She just shits all over the internet.
Yeah. And just like last week when I gave her constructive criticism about her eyebrows, showed her how she can fix it. I'll do the same, like fast and walk are like, you know, you can do so much, you know, and it's like, you know, she's consuming like Jolene's live streams, even though she says like, I didn't, you know, I'm not going to watch it. But people send me things and I'm not going on X, but people send, it's like you are watching it. You're watching every second of it.
Yeah.
You know, take a walk. If you like, for me, if I'm going to listen to her streams, although X has been playing so many clips, I don't even have to go to her channel. Like, I'm not suggesting people unsubscribe. I don't believe in cancel culture, but I'll catch her content through Jolene or through X that people are sharing, or I'll walk on the treadmill if I have to listen to her. And that way I feel like I'm doing something while I'm consuming, like just her being a terrible person. But fasting can do so much, not even for your weight, but it can apparently, that's how you starve the demons.
And exorcise the demons.
I love it. Oh my God. Remember when he was Fire Marshal Bill? That was the best.
Yeah. But that's like the very old school. So a lot of people don't know that about Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But truthfully, though, you know, and when she talks about her lupus, or she talks about her not so great relationship with her own mother, which I personally can relate to, that it's like she seems down to earth, and it's like, go with this as like your topic, but then she'll like switch it up right away and go back to something. And it's like, no, like you, it's like this picture here, like Machardo trying not to mention Broken Baker. And you can insert Machardo trying not to mention Aiden, you know, and it's like, Machardo trying not to mention that she's a Republican. You know, it's like so much more that you can do with your platform, but you're choosing not to. And this is not something that we're going to forget about, this Charlie Kirk thing. And again, this has nothing, which I think you've stated this on your channel, that like the case for Charlie Kirk is interesting as a true crime person. Not we had like these political like affiliations with his message. Like, I didn't even, again, I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I do not affiliate with either political party. They're all serving one foreign country anyways right now, but we won't get into that. But
Amen.
It's just that her identity and her channel she's amping up this drama because she knows that it's making her like money. Basically, she doesn't care that she's losing subs.
Right.
Like, I truly think she's thinking like, I'm not gonna tone things down. I'm not gonna listen to what people are suggesting I can do, and you know, I'm not gonna try to mend things with Aiden or anything like that. And it's
well, and that's the thing too. Like, there's strength in being able to take accountability and humbling yourself and being like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have done that. And the only reason people are picking out every single thing that she's done is because she does it all the time. And you know, shitting on people for a living like this is never going to go well, right? It's never going to be the way you succeed, especially on the YouTubes, because everybody can have a platform. Anyone can have a platform, and everyone's entitled to talk about you. Like, I know that it hurts. No one necessarily wants to be like the brunt of a joke online on the YouTube. No one does. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come on day after day, 6 days a week, and it's a different target every single time, it's going to catch up to you. And it did. It caught up to her. And then people are bringing up this Charlie Kirk thing. Like, like you were just saying, like, me and you are not political. I knew who Charlie Kirk like was as a person. I didn't really understand him. I figured all of that out researching the case. Right.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And it's clearly got a lot of mystery behind it, and it's obviously very tragic. No matter what the victim did as their like career, things they stated, like, to us true crime people, like, that's the victim in the case. This is a horrible murder. We're kind of eyewitnesses to it, like virtually, because everybody saw the footage.
Right.
You know, so it's hit differently. And another thing about her like dragging addicts and stuff, Jolene turned her alcohol addiction around and got sober, right? And what does Jess do? Still drags her. You know,
Yeah.
she pissed her pants in a bridesmaid dress, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but she's sober. What do you really find something so hateful about no matter what this person is doing? They're either addicted to alcohol and a slap, or they're turn their life around and you're still going to bring up their pet. It's just terrible. It's really terrible. And it's like, when she doesn't like you, look out. And she's amping up. Like, I'm sorry, but Jolene's hilarious. Her streams this week, she's just going to keep digging herself this hole, and everything that she has stated on her channel and social medias, we see it, you know, and we're going to hold you accountable for it. So you said that you were going to donate Charlie Kirk merch. You promised to donate it to a veterans organization. Scam Chardo. Now would be a great time to show the receipts. And I believe this stream has been taken down, that she touched on it this week, because I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who like paneled with her before and has goats.
Valhalla.
Okay.
Valhalla. Yeah. Valhalla awaits.
He was asking her, you know, people just want to know, you know, what are the receipts as far as this Charlie Kirk merch that you were selling? And, you know, obviously making a profit from that, you have it under this guise that you're going to donate, you know, and those are things that it's like, you can't state these things on the internet and on a platform and think that people aren't going to want to know, like, that you actually followed through with what you said, especially when people are throwing money at you. It's like,
I can see you.
like, we see you, like, you can't hide from things, you know. And it's like, what?
And when you're online being a fucking asshole, people are gonna start pointing these things out. Point blank. It happens to a lot of people. And when you start being an asshole, and the whole internet caught on of what type of asshole you're portraying yourself to be, this is the shit that comes out of it. And then everyone's like, wow, that doesn't look right. Like, whatever happened to it? And then, you know, she has a stream at around the time that it got brought into existence, that there was another Karen Reed creator that kind of called it to the carpet, like, where are the receipts? She pulled the Jess on him and was like, okay, well, here, this is the thing I thought was funny when I was looking with the whole Charlie Kirk thing. The original stream that she did regarding the accusation of it, we don't know, you know, this is all alleged. She attempted to be transparent about it and to show some spreadsheet that her producer Erin made. And she addressed it, and she said, this is what we're going to donate, this is whatever, and then nothing ever came of it, right? And then it got put back up. It got put, let's see,
do you want to show it on your end? Because I'm not logged in on my laptop, so I feel like maybe the format's different, or no, or is this good? Hold on, let's see. I'm assuming the video.
So wait a minute, no, this is the other one.
Okay, I'll let you share it. Hey Sherlock, good to see you, and hello Adrian. I saw Roxanne. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah, good to see everybody. I have mine pulled up. I can't bring it onto the stage, onto the.
Okay. So is this what the statement, the one in the circle is this week, right? That she took down?
Yeah. Am I able to?
I'm asking her if we can do a recap of the Charlie sales numbers, but to do that without mentioning anything else and just talking about how, you know, an unfortunate situation. And maybe we could save the rest of it for another time, but maybe we could just keep, because the chat seems to be really loving today with nothing else coming up. So I'm wondering if we can just touch base on the Charlie numbers, because it's been a month. But with, okay, so that was what I was just asking, if we could just talk about those without bringing up anything else, and just talk about those. And thanks to everybody that took part in it without mentioning anything else. That's all I asked. But again, it's the Just Machado show, so I just got to give it like the college try.
I'm here. When I decided to do this as a job, I
Oh wait.
really resented it only because, and by the way, then best way to say it, go to my spaces that I did this week. I don't remember the name of it. Hold on. I'll direct you to it and post it in the comments later. Let me just find it. Not showing my receipts in regards to the Charlie Kirk merchandise. And I said this on my thing, and I will keep it to a minimum here.
Oh shit. Sorry. Hold on.
You're good.
Noted and rejected. I truly resent Brian's public statements this week. I truly resented it only because, and by the way, then best way to say it, go to my spaces that I did this week. I don't remember the name of it. Hold on. I'll direct you to it and post it in the comments later. Let me just find it. Not showing my receipts in regards to the Charlie Kirk merchandise. And I said this on my thing, and I will keep it to a minimum here. When I decided to do this as a job, I actually am doing this as a job. I have an EIN number. I've registered my business with the state of Massachusetts. I have a retail sales permit because now we sell merch. I have to pay taxes on everything I get. It makes it far less lucrative. And I think it's crazy that for somebody like me who is just getting into this, clearly well documented that I don't know what I'm doing. And so we're learning as we go, for Brian to come out here and basically accuse me of stealing and profiting off of Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not okay about Charlie.
So, okay. So I'm going to give her grace with that. Like coming on the internet and like being new is tough, especially when you don't know how the internet works. Like I'm going to give it to her. With that being said, however, shit obviously takes a left turn somewhere and shit gets weird.
Well, yeah, especially when people are
Charlie Kirk
giving
death
money
is
towards
very
something.
emotional still.
Right. And so it's like it's one thing to like take money from your viewers for like super chats and Venmos and stuff like that. But when you are a Charlie Kirk enthusiast and he's like someone that you look up to and you're saying that you were really devastated by his loss, and then you're selling merch in his name, and then people start asking for the receipts that don't really, and this is another thing too, like, but well, I think she starts talking about it in the second one, but you know, she's giving someone's name and where this place is, and she deals with her all the time and stuff, like, especially at this point when people think you're a liar and people think that you are never telling the truth and you're all of the whoever you're presenting now online is not authentic. To give someone's name and an organization to call them, it's like, well, why are you it's
very easy to show receipts for something that you claim you donated, because people,
Exactly.
like she said here, you have to write things, you have taxes to file. Not only do you have taxes to file, but you write off donations like that from your taxes. So
Right.
this whole, mysterious, we'll have a spreadsheet. We don't need the spreadsheet. We just need you to show us with, redact your account numbers or whatever. Do whatever you got to do, but just show us a transfer from your account to, or a Venmo transaction. Like there's plenty of ways to show a receipt of what you did with money.
Exactly.
It's very easy.
And everything else that has come out where people are asking for receipts, those aren't produced either. So it's like people are already side-eyeing that, and then all of a sudden yeah, exactly, people are asking for receipts of all types of things, and those can't be produced, and then she can't produce these. This is why people are side-eyeing it, is all. Like, this is why it's
Can I be honest too? Like the whole repo video and like her like talking about it, like I was poor at that time, blah, blah, blah. Like trying to say that like people were poor shaming her or whatever. It's like, well, that almost makes me feel like that you would be desperate enough to put on some scam of like this Charlie Kirk thing. I'm sorry, but like people never in my life. And I'm telling you, I've been on my own since like 18 years old. I've never had a car repoed.
No.
That and car insurance and rent were always, I work my butt off, sometimes more than one job.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the time, because I would sell things on eBay and stuff too, even when I was working like my restaurant job and bartending job. So for her to like let this car get repoed and had her daughter sitting in it, like to make I don't know, like that whole thing too. People have wondered if she was hoping that with her daughter in it, like if they came for her, they wouldn't take it. But it's like that wasn't the case. And then you put your child in. Sometimes these people repo cars and they don't even realize a kid is in it.
Yeah, right. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, and too, and those repo videos are very telling where like she knew exactly what to do, and or she thought by watching Repo Man videos that she knew that if she sat in the car or hit it, or she, she wanted the keys to the car so she could sit in it because she thought that they wouldn't take it. Like she knows her way around to get around shit, right? So she's not this like this polished citizen like she likes to portray herself as. And I think if she was more authentic of who she is as a person, she'd be more relatable to people, right?
Yes.
Instead of like saying like I'm this like this goody two shoes Republican that is a great mom and you're not, and all like it's the
and the thing too about like doing the research and on the repo situation, like the time that she spent watching repo videos, honey, you could have picked up another job or a job, because again, she's admitted that grifting is her job. Like on the internet, that's her job. Those are her words.
Sure.
So you know, things were getting tight, pick up a job to make sure you get it. There's just no excuse. And now these, elusive receipts about the Charlie Kirk merch. Not only did you sell stuff related to this murder, which, true crime channels, like you could argue like, well, Amber, you have your channels monetized, blah, blah, blah. But I also am saying, like, if I were to cover Charlie Kirk, it would come from a non-emotional perspective. She uses this emotion with her people to be like, I loved him, I really respect it. Like creates this emotional bond with this guy while she's selling merch, saying that she's going to be donating it to Veterans Agency, and then comes up with every excuse under the sun, and then takes down the live stream this week where she touched on it.
Right.
So we'll show you that.
Yes. Yeah. Things aren't adding up, right? Things just aren't adding up with things, and there's no like proof of anything that she says about people, about this Charlie Kirk thing. There's never any proof that these things actually happened. So even if they did happen, let's just say she did donate this money, okay? Why can't she just provide the receipt saying, see guys, it would put it to bed, right? Or
at this point, I feel like any receipt that she tries to show, I'm going to be like, this is AI generated, because it's taken months for this receipt or paper trail to be shown.
Right. Right. Oh, all right, let's keep going with this.
How do we get to the spaces? Erin will link it. I think I'm going to be able to link it. Stand by, copy link, and then let me go here. I'm going to drop it in I think I can, because if the video, big tough guy, right? But look at my husband saying good morning, Gianna. There's the link to the spaces. I just saw Jeff say good morning, good morning, Jeff. Who's Gianna? Where's your friend? Take my earrings out. I'm gonna get scrappy. There's just so many facets to the Brian thing about that, like big man running his mouth, only doing it now because I'm in a Twitter war with some other content creators. When he was alone, he would never. In person, he would never. That's the difference between him and I. In person, this conversation would happen. And then bringing in this thing, right? That's just crazy to me. I am a conservative. I live my life that way. My husband has been listening to Charlie Kirk things forever. Yes, Erica's post yesterday. I mean, yesterday was the 1 month anniversary.
I mean, like there it is, right?
She lives.
I don't know. No one.
She lives her life that way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Personally, I don't think that the way that she has shown herself from everything we've seen is like from even down to her in her underwear on that thumbnail and stuff on her channel. Like, you're a married woman. You're a mother of I don't know how many. God bless you. Obviously that's not easy. But I don't listen to your streams and walk away from saying that's a conservative Republican. If just because you call people in the restaurant industry when you're going through the drive-through a libtard, that doesn't mean that like, oh, she must be I don't know. It's like she really jumped on this like MAGA, like I'm gonna get views and attention by causing division.
Right. I mean, but that's the thing too, is that like that's all that whole MAGA thing. I mean, first of all, that's completely fractured at this point. Like there now it's like America first or what Trump I'm not gonna get into it, but nonetheless, she's using this death as a way and really saying like, I love this man. Who wouldn't believe her at this point that she would, hey, YBE, good to see you. Who wouldn't think that she was going to do this, because back then she was relatively new to YouTube, and so people just accepted it, right? Yeah, Jessica first. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just because I don't know, the way like she'll talk about people mooching off of government assistance, which it does happen, it does happen, and it's a problem. Right. But then her behavior comes off as very moochy.
Very. Yeah. And like, I'm all for people on YouTube making a living and stuff like that, but I've never, listen, I've watched a lot of YouTubers, much like the rest of us. I've never seen a YouTuber talk about the amount of money that they make like she does. Never. I've never seen anything like it.
And the thing too is, okay, so I found out about her channel through Turtle Boy, and I would give it a try. It wasn't for me, but it wasn't anything that I was like, oh, I can't stand her, until all this stuff started coming out about like, the scams and the way that she treated Cyber Chick and just, Broken Baker, obviously. Like all this stuff is just like, ew, it's gross, it's locale. It's especially with it being in the Karen Reed community, like there's so many good people in that community, and like so many channels have been super kind to me, like even ones that go at each other. Like JFK has always been kind to me. Mike Crawford has always been kind to me. Turtle Boy has always been kind to me, and like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I know that they all beef with each other on some levels, but it doesn't matter to me because as everyone has something to offer. I would go to Jess's channel. I'm like, what does she have to offer? And I feel like Broken Baker was kind of talking about this today in his stream, where he's like, you never did anything for the Karen Reed movement or like at all. It was always about you using the situation, the tragedy, John O'Keefe, to monetize and monopolize and grow. You know what I mean? And like without Turtle Boy, without the Karen Reed stuff to kind of report on, as like a local to the state, it's like, what does her channel have to offer?
Right.
Just farts.
Right. And like, she can't even laugh at herself. You're like, how can you take yourself that serious? How can you take yourself that serious?
She's so dramatic. And I found this. I died. I found this, and it says dramatic fart sound effect. No copyright.
So good. My son would love that.
I knew you would get it because you had a boy, and like I have a brother and I have a son, so it's like farts are funny. Like, don't take yourself so serious, right?
You cannot take yourself that serious. That's why, like, people online, like I'm like kind of relatively new to X, and like, holy moly, like if you go on there and you take yourself too seriously, I can see why you're gonna have a mental breakdown if you stay over there. Like if you take all that shit seriously, like people are stroking out if you do, right?
It's the Wild West on X.
Yeah, I found that out this week. I've been laid up obviously for a ton of reasons, and I've had a lot of time in my hands. And oh man, I got myself into some pickles. I have had all types of fucking shit out. But I mean, it's interesting. It's an experience. I've learned to like it. I've new people to interact with. Spaces was kind of like it's all interesting, and I'm glad that I've gone over there, but it is definitely, I mean, an experience, and it can be dangerous in other aspects too with some of the shenanigans that go on over there. But
Yeah, and I'm sorry if the bunnies piled on you this week at all or whatever on,
Oh, no, I
X
don't
that
give
you
a
were
fuck.
talking about. Okay.
It is what it. No, I mean it's more her like weaponizing them to go into other people's chats. Like she had them go raid. Yeah, I did come out of X retirement, and I never really got in the mud. I did. I drove it 2 feet in. That's how I do. That's how I do my life. My life is always that way. 2 feet in or nothing. Um. She's sending people into fucking chats. She has ops and different things, like the friendly foe that people know and all. It's fucking wicked, fucking strange behavior. Like, I don't have the time or the energy to fucking to dedicate to any of that. And if she put some of that energy into some like quality content outside of shitting on a community that she said she left, like she could get some fucking traction, but she's nose diving into YouTube locale channels at this point.
I know, and I don't feel badly because
I don't.
Okay, and the thing too, I don't buy this whole apology that she tried to pull on Broken Baker today either. Like here's the thing too, is like, okay, we'll get to the Broken Baker stuff after this. Let's finish these Charlie Cook stuff. The receipts that we're showing will show you guys that there's a dance around trying to produce receipts for merchandise after Charlie Kirk's murder that she made merchandise profits from and told people it was going to be donated to a veterans agency or something to do with veterans. And no such receipts have been produced. We're coming up on a year of his murder already.
Yeah, almost, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. All of this is self-inflicted, 100%. 100%. Everyone, people who are now like bashing her in chats and all this kind of stuff tried to tell her weeks ago to fucking stop, and she didn't. She couldn't. She has no self-control. It seems like the emotional intelligence of a fucking 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, like I'm dealing with my son, right?
Yeah. And the thing too is I'm not even convinced she's like upset about like the backlash.
Oh no, she loves this shit.
Yeah. And like people are trying to say like we should just stop talking about her, and it's like, oh no, because there's a principle too. Like especially with this Charlie Kirk stuff. Let's finish these clips and then we'll reconvene.
Hold on. Let's see. Let me go up a little.
These sweatshirts. I knew right away, like, I want a sweatshirt. Okay, let's sell them. And then Erin was like, well, we can't make any money off of it. I was like, right. So let's just separate that and whatever profit we make, we'll just donate it. And then wherever I donate, it's the same place every time, year after year after year. It's the Veterans Agency in Fall River. It's where I spend my money. It's where I have done fundraising. I don't even have the pictures, but like, I do have a picture. Like we do a lot of stuff with him and for the Veterans Agency. And it's my go-to because it's trusted and I see where my work. Who's the scumbag who accused you of this? No, I'll tell you when I get home. No. Jeff getting mad. Jeff getting mad. And so the
Yay. Love my bestie sweatshirt. Yay.
And Jolene's right. She's always talking about
pictures
Jeff
in the email.
being mad.
Let me see if it goes.
Yeah, Jeff's angry.
All the time. Like in all her like things that she's talking about, like in relation. Oh, and Jeff was mad because I was like, listening to like the spaces and we were out at the pool and then I jumped in and it was a huge cannonball. I mean, she's always talking, no matter what story she's referring to, Jeff is mad in it. So if they made all this money off of Charlie Kirk merchandise and she tells Jeff, well, I have to donate that, honey. Would Jeff be mad? I don't know much about him, but from what I know, it seems like I don't think he'd be like, yeah, donate it all.
Yeah,
just my opinion.
That's your opinion. I don't know much about him, but I know like what I have seen. He just seems angry. I mean, am I shocked that he's like sticking up for his wife? No, I'm not. Hi, Christina.
Hey, Christina.
I'm not shocked he's sticking up for his wife, but I mean, not for nothing. I mean, if she's this way, then like he can't be like, he seems fun at potties type of thing.
Yeah, like when you're playing pool at the bar and he's just a funny guy who's also playing pool with you guys, like the random guy. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi to Christina and give her a round of applause for being Lauren Matthias's victim.
Yeah. She's a victim of Matthias, and she knows this behavior better than anyone, right? It's like
sad, and the comparison of them abusing the court system to silence people, it's uncanny. So Jess, Lauren Matthias, and JLR have all tried and succeeded in some cases to put restraining orders on critics.
Yeah.
Which obviously infringes on free speech, etc., and ties up the court process for those that get, declined. And it's all a big mess, and they're all messy in their own ways.
Yes. Yeah. And she's a big old Karen. Like she can dish it, but then all of a sudden she's trying to get fucking harassment prevention orders and she's doing all this kind of stuff. It's like, girl, you're lucky that people aren't doing this to you at this point. Like her sick obsession with Broken Baker, with anything. It's like, girl.
Her obsession with Will, like in the sense of like the glare, where she's joining that guy who like does all his like BX Beast Boy or whatever. Like I don't know when you met the glare, but like for true crime, I knew him way before Karen Reed, but a lot of people met him through Karen Reed. Okay. So like how his channel used to be ran, etc. So this 100%. BX guy has been going at him for years. And then Jess like teams up with him. It's like, and then they're talking about, oh, we should get a hold of his ex-girlfriends. And honey, no, like you have that much time on your hands. Like, and if that's the method that she takes, like with people that she doesn't like it's so funny. Cause like, I wonder how many, even JLR, like, has he tried to look up? Cause he tries to dox people like who criticize him too. And it's like, I don't have a criminal record. You're not going to show a mugshot of me. Cause he does that. You're not going to get a hold, which JLR has done this as well. You're not going to get a hold of my exes and hope that you can get some tea on them because they all are like cool with me, so it's just like the method that these people go to try to be like, let me silence people who are exposing me. It's ridiculous.
Right. And she should vet the people that she's seeking out and see if they have a past, right? And stop lying about Will, and someone gave her bad information. She's putting stuff out about Will that's not true. It was like a different Will. And it's just messy. It's
another
messy.
case where, and it's like, no, the damage is done. Yeah.
The damage is done. Yeah. The damage is done.
Goes through. Hold on. Yep. So this is a place. Listen, there's a lot of places where people can like donate money or to the Jess Machado Show email. There's a lot of places you can donate money. And I don't know if you want to feel good when you're donating stuff. You want to know exactly where it goes. That is why the Veterans Agency of the Veterans Association of Bristol County is my go-to. I've been there during lunchtime when they're serving veterans who come in. I've been there many times throughout the day and I see veterans there. There's very little administration there. It's literally like a volunteer that runs the place. Well, she gets paid, but very little. And then a director. So I've just seen this place function. I see the work they do. My dad was a veteran. My dad went there plenty of times. Yes. Like that's why part of this thing, the pride thing about Charlie Kirk like really got to me. And I'm not saying I broke.
Was Charlie or was Jeff criticizing people for like asking for receipts about the Charlie Kirk merch money? Like his comment came up on the screen and she's like, I know. Like trying to like, that makes me feel even more like, uneasy.
Yeah, it's first of all, it's tacky. It's like, why wouldn't people ask for receipts? Like that's stupid. Okay, obviously people are gonna want to know. Like, say what you want about Turtle Boy. Like I've been watching him forever. Like the guy always comes with receipts, always.
Especially with donations, receipts. Like you said, the transparency needs to be there because you are literally making cash off of this horrible murder regardless of how you felt about Charlie Kirk. And she's amping up the feelings of like, I really respected it. So, people were like, oh, yeah, let me donate to these veterans and buy this merch. You don't produce the receipts. And then you have your husband in chat who you claimed just a couple seconds ago is Jeff's getting angry. And it's like he pops up in chat basically saying that he takes offense to anyone who's questioning like where this money went. And it's like,
I can see you.
we need to see the receipts on this. It's pretty basic.
It's basic, and they could be offended like, oh, what do they think, we're gonna steal it? It's like, well, yeah, now people do. It's like now at this point, yeah, because of bad behavior, and she turned like the internet against her. It's like, well, now they're definitely asking. Yeah. And back then, for people to question it because she was dogging, she was dragging the creator that mentioned it. Yeah, people are fucking asking, and you still haven't produced. And so it's like, it's normal for anyone to have donated anything for there to be a receipt to show that you did it, because at the end of the day, you have all of these people sending you super chats and Venmos and stuff. You're going to make money anyway. So why is it such a far-fetched thing for people who donated to, thinking that they were donated to Charlie Kirk's name, to a veterans organization, to ask that it actually went to them? Like, that's crazy town.
And you got Jeff, your husband, coming up in the comment section, like your chat, like letting people know that you guys take offense to anyone who like accused this money going where, whatever he said. It was something along those lines, because I could see half the comment pop up. And this is what somebody in chat was asking. Like, this apparently is what the merch looked like: hats, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. That's what it looked like. And months have gone by, but zero receipts.
Right. With anything. Yeah, hold on. All right, let's keep going.
I don't know, like the third, I really wanted to address, Brian has been saying stuff about me for weeks, and I've just never said anything. I didn't really address it. You know what I mean? I'll take my cheap shots at him or whatever, but this, because it was about the Charlie thing, whatever. So for me, any profits I had, I didn't even think about it. I did think, I'm not going to give it to Turning Point. They're going to make a ton of money or whatever. I'm going to give it to the Veterans Association. And so him saying like, show your receipts. So we'll show some receipts. First, I'm going to show you, this is what we've done in the past for the Bristol County Veterans Association of Bristol County. They're on Pine Street. This is some of the things that we have done. And unlike Brian, I don't post about this and share it everywhere. So this is at my home, and there's Erin and Stephanie and Meredith and Sarah. They were doing a Sheroes event where they have a luncheon for females that are in the military and our female veterans. And they really needed things for the women. They were giving them lunch, but they wanted to give them things. And so me and my moms, we went and made all of these gift baskets and put them together. And then we delivered them there. With all the American flags. And it was just, little baskets. Actually, it's not little. Those actually were like pretty expensive, but there's a lot of stuff in there. There was makeup, candles, coloring books. Like, it was like, that's okay. That was one thing. Then another time, Kim, anytime they're looking for something, Kim will send me a message like, hey, because she knows actually she can depend on me to get what they need. So one time she was saying that they were in need of.
Also, who takes photos of this stuff and then be like, I'm not like Brian. I'm not going to, talk about it and put it on display. First off, Brian's also someone who's been always nice to me. You know what I mean? Like, when I go, because Karen Reed, right, I was following that for a while. So of course I was around the chat rooms. I didn't realize that the whole community was ape shit. I'm just kidding.
I don't judge. Like, I to each their own, right? To each their own. You do it
unless you give me a reason, like whatever. It's like it's just the way that the Karen Reed community kind of turned into. It was like, okay, so if I'm in this chat and I like being here, somebody in that other chat gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's not how I operate. Like, unless someone does something to me like directly, like I have my own opinions about creators and people and whatever, but I get it, and I understand that too. I understand that you feel like, oh my God, am I going to be hated by everyone because I'm seen here? I get that. I get it, because you've seen it happen before, right?
Especially when like Karen Reed was acquitted. Like, that should have united us, because all these communities and channels, we all were on the same page. It was so wild how things like just like unraveled. And it was like, oh, okay, so now the trials are over. She's acquitted. Let's just all like hate each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit is batshit over there, right? It's like you don't know, from day to day it changes. It seems like the Twilight Zone right now. Everything's all crazy.
And like Freeze Frame said, like, okay, so this isn't the Charlie Kirk merch. We're looking for receipts about the Charlie Kirk merch money that you donated to this veterans agency. Like the fact that you're showing us gift baskets that you put together for this veterans agency, like what does that have to do with the Charlie Kirk money?
It
it's
doesn't.
like smoke and mirrors.
Look at me, I'm such a good person. I do all this stuff. Like all that stuff is great. All that stuff is great to do, right?
Mhm.
But it's not about what you do in the past to say, hey, I'm a good person. It's like, what happened to the money that people donated thinking that was going to a veterans organization? Did you spend it at a casino or did it go to them? Like that's the question.
And the shopping is the donation. Like she's making it seem like this was a different, something separate from like the Charlie Kirk thing, and this is why they've chose this place to donate to.
Yeah. Right. I don't know.
What do you call it? Health and beauty aids and things like that. And so I put out a call to my moms, and over the course of a couple days, look at what we got. Toothbrushes. Actually, you know what makes me sad? Virgil, my friend Virgil, who passed away, he showed up at my house with $50 and he was like, I'm not going to the store and buying anything, but take $50 and go and buy something. And I went right to the dollar store and bought a bunch of stuff. We will, Jess, we will. I'm going to talk to Kim and see what they need right now. I know that right now their clothing section of the place is full, so they don't need anything, but look at everything that keep it local. My dad used to go there for lunch occasionally before my dad passed away. I know my dad got a winter coat there one time. Like this place is very important to me, and because a lot of times people will donate during holidays. Thanksgiving, our veterans get forgotten about all the time. And so this was another time that we did this. I did post this on my Facebook back when I did this, but it was only to thank all of my moms who stepped up and really helped me accomplish this goal. Another time I took money for backpacks because a lot of our veterans are homeless. I didn't take any because that was actually another one I did. And we did this back to back, but the firefighters union in Fall River was doing a coat drive. And it was actually kind of made me mad because the coat drive, they were basically saying if you donate $50, it gets one coat, right? And they were going through an organization that got the coats or whatever. But anyway, I was like, well, where are the hats and where are the gloves? And the kids need hats and gloves. And so I asked all my friends to donate to, and it was when actually the fundraiser was through Facebook. It was before I ever had a business, because of who I am as a person. And for you to say that I was going to profit off of Charlie Kirk merchandise is crazy. And then to prove it is crazy.
Wait, thousands
of dollars during the Karen Reed.
Wait. To prove it is crazy? What?
Right. Who says that? That's like, do you know how many times I've watched like interrogations with criminals and they say something like, you won't be able to prove it, but they did it?
Yeah.
That phrase is very much like, I bet you can't. Like where it's not so much like, I absolutely had nothing to do with it. Like, you know, it's very much like, I will dare you to try and prove that I scammed this. Honey, where's the receipt?
Yeah. Because the thing is, this could have been put to bed forever ago. It's like,
right.
People aren't asking for your fucking your blood and your firstborn. They're just asking for you to prove that it went where you said it was going to go. Like, it's not
a thing to produce.
Not
the time that you spent to pull up these old photos of other things that you've done for this agency, like good on you, you know, like what do you want us to do? We're not asking for too much. We're not asking for, you know, something outrageous. We just want to know because, you know, we can see you and things that you've said. At this point, it's been months since even this statement, probably.
Yeah, this was October.
Oh my gosh. And so the holidays are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And these receipts have never been produced.
Yeah. Well, because it kind of went under, like, kind of got brushed under the rug, because after this was addressed, I don't think it was ever addressed until a few days ago, because Valhalla, I guess, inquired about it. Like, hey, you can put this to bed.
Yes. And I will be the first, and I'll even follow up with these streams because we touched on this in our part 1 last week. Like, we'll have no problem saying, hey guys, everything that we pulled up about the Charlie Kirk stuff, like she's produced the receipts. You know, take it for what you will. Although at this point, unless she's like recording the phone call with, because she says something like, I'm going to email this girl or whatever, like you'll see in the clips that we share, but like I wasn't buying her charade basically. And the fact that she removes the stream from her channel, I'm even more suspicious of it. And you know, I'll be the first to say, okay, everything's been put to bed about it. She showed the receipts. This wasn't a scam on behalf of Charlie Kirk's murder that she monopolized on. Like, this was something that she actually followed through with. And here's the sales that she made. Here's the transfer from her account to this agency for the veterans. And that's it. And good on her. And we're happy.
Right. But and then it gets shadier in the next next video I have, because the story kind of changes a little bit, and it's like, okay.
Oh no.
And with all of her other behavior lately, it's like no one believes her about anything.
Right.
You know, like down to her callers that she has calling into the show. It's like, girl.
Yeah. The callers are fake. I will be that's something I will go back on and say I was wrong about, but these callers are calling into her channel like during the week when she's like doing all these daily streams. Like, it's not a real caller.
To determine that was a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's like people's bullshit meter goes off, and it's like, like, I can see you're trying really hard to like change the narrative, but like it's not changing, and it's not getting better for you at all.
Yeah. And Sherlock, when she talks about it in the next clip, like she names this charity. She even like gave the name of the girl that she works with there, totally doxing her workplace and her first and last name, I believe.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm gonna email her. She went silent on this live stream that she took down for like, I want to say 10 minutes. And like, it was just like her typing on the screen. And then like, she comes back and she's like, so yeah, like she never produced the receipts.
No, even though she was like supposedly reading them, she was like, I'm not going to do that. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
like, I'm scrolling back. She was like acting like she was scrolling back, looking for some screenshot.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she read somebody in the comments say something about, oh, it's going to be a fake email or something. And she's like, fake email? Okay. Did you not just hear me typing there? Oh, yeah. Because that means that you're doing what you're saying you're doing. Like, just show the receipt.
Yeah. Like, just show the receipt.
That hard. Like, whatever company sell this merchandise, it's very simple.
Right. All right. Let's keep going.
Trial for actually doing nothing. He was never out there. And if he was, it was so he could get the views and the clicks. And it's just this really gross, disgusting thing. But adding to that, the idea that I would profit off of Charlie Kirk's death, somebody that I admired, I followed, and whose death changed me and my husband, is really gross. And so today would have been the day where Erin got all of our numbers together. And then once we calculate all of that and we balance everything out through Shopify and Printful and all of those things, then we get a number. And then I'm going to reach out to Kim, and then I'm going to go see Kim, and I'm going to give her a check, and we're going to make a donation. And I'm not going to take a picture of it. But because that's gross, but that is what we're going to do. That was always the plan. We had no idea how much merch we were going to sell. We didn't know. Erin put together, because of Brian, an Excel sheet of all of our Charlie merch, and how much we made off of it. And I think I talked about this. Some items we made a couple of dollars off of. But we have a list of, are you showing? Do you want to show that? We're happy to show that. And so as soon as, and again, we are on day 30. So as soon as all of our accounts are all settled, it's hard to say, but you know, we're pretty much the real deal over here, Brian. So it's hard to say, but I think in total for all of the Charlie, I think I had said $709.90 is the final dollar amount that we made off of all of the Charlie merch. I think I said it was around $400, but I think I was thinking just the hoodies. I can't really see that, but so that's that. And so I know Kim doesn't watch my show because she's busy. There we go. Yeah, thank you.
It explains how many. This is how many we sold.
Erin is saying this is how many we sold. This is the gross sales, then net sales, no taxes on any of this because it's clothing. Total sales, and then the gross profit for each. I still felt that was high. That minus shipping on all of those.
To my knowledge, this is listed on you.
I still felt like that number was.
I do agree. But I did my best. Shopify's new for, I don't know if everybody can hear me on here. Shopify is new to me, so I got up early this morning and I was trying to, check all the reports. And this is the best report that I could find that broke the profit out individually. That one picture that I posted, it said we made about five beans on each hoodie profit after the fact, because it showed the principal price, you know what I mean, what they pay, and then it showed the principal price. So about $5 each for those. So I mean, I don't want to say that this, to my knowledge, this is correct. But I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not like the director of finance. I'm not a VP of finance. There's things I can do and there's things I can't. So for now, this is the report that we're finding. Makes sense to me. But again, I mean, I'll double check. Right now, I'm going to be all the way transparent. I found this morning. So
Okay, but all they're being transparent with right
Thank you
now
for
are
doing
the
this
sales
today, because I know it wasn't something you were going to do, but we want it to be fully.
Well, and it's like a spreadsheet, right? Which is fine. I mean, if they pulled it together. But it's not a receipt. And
Yeah, this is just showing us
like,
what
people
money
just have
was
questions.
potentially pocketed. All you're showing us is like, oh, okay, yeah, that was 700 and something. That's a night out at the casino with Jeffy, possibly. Interesting. I mean, what else are we supposed to think without the receipts? Like, you're by showing us a spreadsheet and being like, and you can see right here, and it doesn't have taxes because it's clothing. Everything you're saying sounds like wah 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 wah. Just show the receipts.
Right. It's just like, you know, it's people, you can have all the bad behavior in the world, but something like this, any type of receipt that you say you have should be able to be produced.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no excuse at this point. This was in October, keep in mind, guys. So we'll show you the most recent statement.
Yeah, this one's almost over in like a second.
Transparent and quote unquote show receipts. And then once we do finally pay this out to her, which I'm not sure exactly when that'll be, but I anticipate over the next week or so, I'll give you Kim's contact information. You can call her and you can authenticate that if need be. And then when you are there, please ask her to tell you about all of the other things that I have given, including money and all of the things that you have seen here.
All right. Hold
And
on.
she said that in her live this week. She's like, and you guys are more than welcome to, call her up. Like, so we're supposed to check for receipts? And again, that's information
right.
that's like, that's personal account information, financial stuff. Why would this business just be like, oh, who are you looking to see? Oh, Machardo? Hold on. Yes,
Right.
Jessica Machardo. Yep, she donated 700 and something on October, blah, blah, blah. Why would she do that if any of us called?
Right. And, she's saying that she's like friendly with this girl, that she wants people to call. And it just, the optics are bad. The optics are bad. And she can try to explain it away, which she does with a lot of things. But I don't think that people are accepting it. Like, that people aren't accepting it. So.
Right.
Know,
when
man.
she says, like, you can call her up if need be. No, it's just something that you should have it be, and you should need it to be, because this is your show. This is your brand. You're running a business. You told us you file taxes, et cetera, and you're this like professional journalist. So if you're going to sell merch after Charlie Kirk's murder and say that these proceeds are going to veterans, why would it be like, if it's a need be, like, and you got to look into it, like, call Aaron up, like, okay.
Yeah. And like, there's been other creators for different true crime cases that we've covered that have gotten in the weeds with a lot of things and have sold merchandise for the victim that they pocketed on several occasions. So it's like, it's not a far-fetched idea that people could do this, right? I mean, this is allegedly, we don't know what happened, but if someone's so hell-bent on wanting it to go away and not want to produce anything, it's like, that's why people are questioning it,
Yeah, exactly.
I can see you.
Like,
Don't
we
you
can
know I can see
we can see you. So like,
we can
when
see
you're
it.
acting this way, and we know, especially as creators, like, the platform comes with responsibilities. And if your platform is, I'm selling this and it's going to be donated, like, it's not out of pocket for people to want to know that you actually did what you said you were going to do with money that you made off of a horrible event.
Yeah. You're like a hero at that. The way she explained it was like, Jeff watched him every night and he was this great. It's like, okay, so you should be proud to show everybody the receipt and be like, look, this is what I did, right? Like, you showed us the Dawn bottles for the packages for the women that you did. Like, why is it? Maybe she just seems like someone who doesn't like to be like, she doesn't want anyone questioning anything that she does. Like, she wants to gaslight and change narratives and move the goalpost and whatever. But like, there's certain things that you just can't do that with, and this is one of them.
Yep. And it's going to follow her until receipts are shown.
Yeah. Especially as of late. Oh my God. Self-inflicted.
Exactly.
Sure. Let me pull up. I'm going to get a screenshot for you.
This is recently.
So the story lore goes, Charlie Kirk got murdered and I wanted a sweatshirt. I joked with Erin and I said, can you make me a sweatshirt? Now, these are the days where we didn't really even understand Shopify or Printful. We knew nothing about it. We've gone over it over and over and over again. So I joked and I was like, oh, I drew a picture on an envelope and I sent it to Erin. I said, can you design me a Charlie Kirk hoodie? Which she did. And I said, well, we should sell them. No good deed goes unpunished. So I knew nothing about Shopify back then. We didn't know how it worked. I didn't really think anything would go crazy, but we sold a bunch of sweatshirts. And if you're new to Shopify and people don't know, the reason why Shopify goes so smoothly now is because I have money to put into my account so that when an order comes in, it can get fulfilled. But back then, we didn't even have an account set up. And we got all of these orders and you have to wait for the money to come in and for it to like hit your account. And then you have to go and manually fulfill the order through Printful back then. Now I have it set up where it gets automatically, but back then we didn't know how to do that. So we just said we weren't going to take any profits from it. And I'm saying it was Erin helped with the sweatshirt, but I wasn't going to take any profits from it. And when all of it was said and done, I donated the money to a veterans agency in Fall River that I've always volunteered at. And the first thing is people thought that was weird. Why was I donating to a veterans agency? Should I have donated to Charlie Kirk's organization? I don't know why I picked them. It's just the organization that I usually do things for. People thought I was lying about that. So then I had to go and dig up the photos of when I've done events for that location. So it's the Bristol County Veterans Association. You are more than welcome to call and reach out to Kimberly Wagner. She is the director of the facility. There's a big director who apparently someone emailed and that guy knew nothing about it. He thought the way that somebody emailed him, it was like a sanctioned fundraiser from them. And he's like, I knew nothing about it. Kim Wagner is the one who runs the day-to-day facility. Kim is the one who go there and drop off food. She is the one when I drop off.
She says something about emailing them. So there should be an email that she can easily pull up.
So someone emailed back when or whenever they emailed and asked about the donation and Jess. And this person wrote back and said, I don't know this person. I've never heard of her. I don't have a donation from her or her business. So that's what she's talking about. But she's like, oh no, this person wouldn't have known.
Right. Okay. So somebody's already been on like suspicious of this, which we already know because in October, that stream that we played earlier than this, like she's trying to explain it. So people have already been like, okay, like what's going on with this receipt? Just prove it to us. They email this place and this guy had no idea what they were talking about. So now she's trying to act like, and he wouldn't know about it because, and she's going to explain why this guy like told that person that like he had no idea who Jess was.
Right. And if it's not in like the other video, she had said like it's not a big organization. There's one person that works there and she doesn't get paid that much, like one volunteer. So yeah. So okay. So if it's like not a big organization with a lot of people that are working or volunteering for it, but this man's answering emails, wouldn't they all know her if she does so much work with them? Like make it make sense. I don't know. These are the questions that people have that just aren't adding up, and she's fucking pissed about it.
Yeah, and it's like this is also your own doing. So to act like, and people can really get a hold of them if they really need to. if need be. Well, we want to know if you're a scammer at
Yeah.
this point,
Yeah.
especially for, I mean, let's face it, not that any murder is like, we can't put them on list of like, this one's worse than this one, but like a lot of people saw Charlie get shot. And it really did. Like when she says it affected her and her husband, like it affected people. So we're kind of like disgusted that when she says things like, and I didn't know that we would sell so much. And it's like, I think you did know, because I think
Yeah.
that you like to monetize and gain viewers and stuff with like rage bait political division.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the place is called Fall Rivers.
Fall River. So that's an area in Massachusetts. That's like a it's the Fall River Veterans Organization, as far as I know, Bristol County.
And I feel like someone will figure it out. I feel like we're figuring it out, honestly, because of the lack of transparency and the lack of receipts produced. It kind of speaks for itself.
My opinion!
Yeah. A lot of people, yeah. Someone just said a lot of people made money off of Charlie Kirk's murder. Yeah, I mean, TPUSA did.
Erica?
They do monetize grief, and that's why a lot of people in the true crime community, they're bad actors, and they do that off of deaths of just citizens, right? So it's not far-fetched. And the reason why we look at it through a certain lens is like can see through people. And two, I've seen it happen time and time again. So it's not far-fetched. I'm not accusing her of anything. I just think that it doesn't look good, and I don't understand like the pushback on everything, and her being so mad that people are asking questions like, this is, of all the things to be mad at, this ain't it, right?
Yeah, it should be very simple to be like,
be
you guys are being ridiculous. Here's the receipt. But
Yeah.
we're coming up to, I mean, it's July. We're coming up to almost a year that this has taken place.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah.
And it got brushed under the rug from the time that happened, where it was, one of the other creators called her out, and him being pushed to that because she was dragging him, and so he started asking questions, and then it got brushed under the rug until recent bad behavior where she started upsetting a lot of people. So it's like there's only so far that can go at this point, because there's a lot of people that don't believe her about a lot of things. So it's like, if you lie about something so small in certain aspects, people question like, well, what else are you lying about? Right?
Exactly. And we've already said that we will be the first to say, okay, we were wrong. Like, she actually did donate this. At this point, like, I mean, there's going to need to be more than just here's a screenshot, like that we know that ChatGPT could just alter.
Right. Yeah, I would be happy to retract all of it. Be like, I'm sorry that I did the streams, but it could have been avoided had it happened earlier when it was sort of first being questioned. And I'd be happy to be like, okay, like she this is legit, like everyone should back off.
Because we want nothing more than $700 to be donated to veterans, because it's for a good cause. So we're not trying to hate. We just want to know, when should we stop pushing this? Because until these receipts are shown, like myself, I hyper focus on things, and this isn't going to be something that I'm just going to be like, who cares? Like, this is grimy.
Yeah. And if it's not true, then I would be happy. This is the thing. I want her to be vindicated in this and say, no, look, like I want her to not have done what it looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like I want her to not be the person that would have taken donations in a murder victim's name. I want that for her. I don't want her attached to that. So if she can improve that, I'd be like, oh my God, thank God. Like, guys, okay, we will do I'll do a whole stream talking about how, nope, she did do this. She did it. We can stop talking about it.
I'll stop talking about her altogether. You produce these receipts and it's actually legit, like where I can be like, okay, yeah, I will, this will be the last time that we bring this up. Hey, nonsense. Good to see
Hey,
you.
nonsense. Good to see you. She is
Girl,
good.
I don't know if you know about the Charlie Kirk drama nonsense, but to catch you up a little bit, back when the murder first happened, she was making merch. She sold $700 and something of it, told everybody that she would be donating it to this veterans agency that she's done work with before. And ever since October, people have kind of been pushing to see the receipts behind this. No receipts have been shown. She mentioned something in the stream up on the screen right now this week about it. And then I believe she removed this stream because I was kind of like talking to you about it. And I'm like, oh crap, I think she removed it because I wanted to touch on this because I think it was absolutely ridiculous. She was like, I'm looking for, hold on, I'll show you. And like made it seem like she was about to produce proof. And then we were all like sitting there and I'm like, what's happening? Like, is she really just going to move on? Yeah, and it's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off. So if you did this in October, because she said in the clip that we just went through from October where she was on camera, she said it probably in like a week or two. And that was from October. So that's 2025. You put $700 into a donation an agency where you would be able to write that off of 2025's taxes.
Right.
Therefore, in February, when you filed your taxes, Jess, there would have been a form specific to this donation of $700 and something, and you would have something in a tax form as well. So there's emails there, because I'm sure they have like confirmation we received your donation. She said that she was going to go there with a check. So you have that check receipt right in your checkbook.
Right. And when you're filing your taxes for something like this too, often you have to supply the IRS with the receipts that you did in fact do that.
That's correct. Nonsense. No receipts have been shown for $700 and something. And then she's saying like, and she gives the place and the name of the girl there. And she's like, and you can check it out if need be.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah, and it's Kelly Keller just said too. She's like, she showed pictures of baskets and stuff. Like, why is that different than showing the actual receipt of the actual donation made in a murder victim's name? Like you, like that's going too far. But I'll show you the baskets that I put together with a group of women, which is like a kind thing to do. Like, I'm not dogging that. Like, I like people who do things like this. I think that it's needed in the world. But like, stop playing in my face, right?
And what a way she could have used this as an opportunity to thank her community. Hey guys, just went down to, I forgot the name of the place already.
The
Fall River Veterans Association, whatever. And I just wanted to thank my community. We raised over $700 worth. And, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He was such an idol for my husband and I. We are honored to give them this check. Thank you guys so much. We're not asking for your bank account information. We're not, but there was nothing that was said along those lines either, was there?
I don't think so. No. I don't want to say that though, because I'm really unsure about that part. So
fair enough. That's fair. That's the thing is like we'll give you the benefit of the doubt over here for sure. And like anything that we say on our streams, I know for a fact that Amy and I would have no problem sitting down with her and saying in person.
Yeah, 100%. Like a hundo. Like this is the thing. I want this to be true for her. Like with all of the flack she's getting these days, like of all the things that you could prove, this is it, right? And it might start to rehab your reputation on the YouTube streets, right? Yeah. But she's unwilling to do that. Why?
Right. And no, I guess she's no longer selling the merch because she started getting like pushback, it seems. And like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if it's on her merch cert. I don't think it is. But don't hold me to that. Hold on, let's keep going. Let's see.
supplies. Kim and I have known each other for several years, and whenever I've held any type of fundraiser, she's the person. They've had a lot of turnover over there as far as like directors. The irony is that Kim is the lowest paid person there, but she does, she runs the day to day or whatever. So anyway, I guess somebody emailed him and he knew nothing about it. I think it was also the way that the email was written. He was like, we're not selling sweatshirts with people, I think was his response. Like, we're not doing it or whatever. And so I think the way that the person responded to the email, the director, I think that was very confusing for people and people ran with it. And I think if that's, in my opinion, I think that's really how it started. But the total dollar amount, I have to go back and look at my screenshots. Let me see.
Well, we pulled up your
saved all of
stream.
them.
It was 700
Kim
and
also
something.
has a copy of them. The donations were made through their website because it needed to be like there's a portal on their website. If you go click on it, you will see it's where you can make a donation. She wanted it done that way so that there was like a record of it. So let me just try to tell you. I don't remember them. I did it in several batches. So anyway, that's for Valhalla. If you would like to know,
So it went from a check to several batches. Okay. And then it's an electronic record, because if she's doing it through their website, it's an electronic
Good
record.
catch.
And that would mean that she would still have the receipt. Like, even if she covered up all of her information, all the things, there would still be a record of it. And that she would have to produce at tax time.
That's unreal. And again, she removed, I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure, 99% sure she removed this stream after kind of like given this charade. Because like I said, Valhalla asked for, people just kind of want to know that you donated what you said you were going to with that Charlie Kirk stuff. Yeah. And then she does this whole like, hold on, I'm looking at my screenshots. I'm looking, like, you don't have to. And for her to act like, I can't even remember like the dollar amount. Bullshit.
Oh, expert of all just made a good point. She would have, if she was doing it electronically, like she's saying, she would have got confirmation emails of the transaction.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There. What instance is there a money transfer from one person to the next where you can't provide the receipt? There's nothing, right? And again, for this whole tax purposes. That was 2025. You would have had to get a special form to write that off on your taxes for 2025, which you would have done in February whenever she filed her taxes. So this whole like, oh, it's such BS. And it's, I'm sorry, but I'm fairly confident that at this point, I don't know if I would believe any type of quote receipt that she would try to produce in July when she has not produced anything since she was being questioned in October about it.
Right. But this is, she's so mad that people are questioning her on a ton of things. This specific thing should be very easy to clear up.
Yeah.
Very easy.
It's wild.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this one up. It's almost over.
Actually, I'm going to grab the screenshot of it. Hold on 1 second.
I'm going to grab the screenshot of it. Keep this in mind.
Gotta find the date.
Gotta find the date. And it's like the date would be October.
I sincerely hope that Valhalla, who seems like a very reasonable person, doesn't perpetuate bullshit rumors like that.
Right, of course, it's a bullshit rumor.
I'm scrolling through my text messages. No, my text.
You could just debunk
photos. I screenshotted the payments when I made them.
Mm-hmm. The payments multiple, like you said, so not a check.
Right, which is fine. Okay, then you should have multiple auto-generated emails saying thank you for your receipt.
Exactly.
Hold on.
And guys, I shit you not. She keeps doing this whole like, just give me a second. Hold
I
on.
scrolled too far back.
It goes too far back.
Sorry for the dead air.
It's unbelievable. Thank you, Neat Noodle, for the memberships. Welcome 5 members. Congratulations for that. And thank you again.
What's the date on this one? Oh, we're getting closer.
We're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer
Yeah.
to a receipt.
Okay. So it was batched out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only can see this. It's not all here, but there was, you can't see the whole thing, but it's, I don't know. I'm not really going to share it, but it shows
Why?
debit NPO dot, or not dot, star Veterans Association. So there was 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and then $47.17. I can't, the other one is cut off on the bottom. I think it's another 100. So that's what I sent. That was the total profit from all of the sweatshirts. And it's the Bristol County Veterans Association, and the person who received them, processed them.
Yeah, that was it. That's all. That's all.
That's it, guys. Those are the receipts.
So
And
yeah,
thank
no,
you.
she never produced the right. Yeah.
Thank you, Ruth Ann. Thank you so much.
So
Yeah, we can't see anything. She never
and
showed anything.
she did 7 separate ones. Right. If she did 7 separate ones, it would have been 7 separate emails, right?
Like when
They
she
don't
was like, oh,
collect all your
there's different batches. I sent 100, 100, 100. I don't even think that the hundreds that she listed like even added up to what she said it was. I don't know. It's very what are we supposed to take from that as her showing proof?
right. And then and I the rest of the recording didn't happen, but she was like, oh, let me show this. And she's like, actually, no, I'm not, or something. Like, it was like, well, stop. Stop. Like, we at this point, we can't take your word for it, because we just, like, I can't. And if you're not willing to produce things, this is why people are asking questions. This is why it looks bad. This is why people are like, what the fuck, Jess?
Right. Something is fishy. So pretending to read something off camera is her proof. Oh, she's ridiculous. The jury is back. No receipts. It's like, it's not hard to do. Batches. Yeah. Saint said batches of cookies, maybe.
Shots fired. It's just like, it's all bad. Like, it's just all not good.
I don't have a good feeling about it, like, at all. Like,
yeah. And too, she probably never thought that people would really start asking questions about like this. I don't think that she thought that she would be where she is right now. And she wants to blame everybody else for her, for all of this. But this is a self-inflicted injury, the whole thing.
Yeah. And it's like, for you to paint yourself as like, oh, I give to this agency all the time, and I'm such a good person, and I respect the veterans, and I respect Charlie Kirk. And it's like,
immediately no. Instantly, I was like, yeah, no. That was my thought. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see. Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby. No.
Nope. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either, And she's exhausting.
I know.
She's exhausting to keep up with, and the things that she says about groups of people, and the lies about people, and the just ratchet behavior toward people.
Yeah, and it keeps going too. So, this whole calling Broken Baker a sexual deviant, then she just keeps digging herself a hole even deeper because that was weeks ago. And then she doubles down almost in her stream, pretty much accusing him of being a pedo.
Yeah, no, she said she called him a pedophile. Yeah. Yep. Because she was mad at him for being him, I guess, for breathing. I don't know. She hates everybody. Pick a person, pick a creator, pick a mod, pick a just person on X, you know what I mean? Like, she just fucking hates everyone unless you yeah. She can't be humble, that's for sure.
And the backlash that she got weeks ago from her like attacks on Broken Baker, you would think that would have humbled her, but instead this, he says, "Where did I ever say effing a child? But the carrots will defend this disgusting woman." So carrots are her subs, for anyone who's wondering. "I'm done with anyone believing she is just a baby."
Yeah. I'm just a baby.
Oh crap, I can't play it because I'm not logged in.
Oh, bummer. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
Or I can just play it, the audio.
Yeah,
from my
that's
phone.
fine.
Hold on, guys. Sorry. Yeah, my ex thing is, and the thing is, I've had my ex account longer than I had been using it. So I don't know. I feel like
I'm gonna address a comment I just saw from Amber KR. I don't know why I still have empathy for her. I think she acts out of her trauma. Listen, that can only get you so far. I started off the stream by saying that I do have empathy for things that happened to her as a child. And people do have a lot of baggage. We all do. Okay.
Yeah.
We all do. We all got shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He has no problem attacking everybody and fucking saying the nastiest of shit about people. And that can, blaming her trauma can only go so far. When we become adults, you have to heal yourself so that you're not projecting your hate and trauma onto the world. And as soon as she got the YouTube platform that she has, you either have to love her and agree with everything that she says and think that she's the fucking cat's ass and have to listen to her think that she's the best thing ever, or you're an enemy of hers and she will fucking attack you or have other people fucking attack her. It's not good behavior. Like, you have to have boundaries, and us as people on YouTube and X and however else, like, we have to say, okay, like, yeah, I feel bad for her, but that doesn't mean that I owe her fucking anything. And I don't owe her to like her. I don't owe her anything.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, we all have our own traumas.
We all have our own shit. Yeah. And she wants to talk about fucking addicts and stuff. Like, does she not know an addict or have a family member that has gone through addiction or has died or has had, like, does she live under a fucking rock?
I mean, she has multiple children. I don't wish that on her, but like, God forbid that was ever her children. You know what I mean? For you to talk the way you do. Meanwhile, you have obviously a food addiction.
Yeah, it's like, being an addict, it fucking sucks, okay? It fucking sucks. And getting sober is really fucking hard. And to remain sober is even harder. So for her to just shit on people, like, one day she implied that addicts don't deserve a good life. People don't deserve it. They don't this, that. It's like, sit down. Take all the fucking seats.
She doesn't understand. That's the thing. It's like, until it personally happens to her, God forbid.
Right.
That she's somebody who won't understand it, but she'll judge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, especially with addiction, like, like you said, how does she not know? Everybody knows at least one person, like, personally, who's either suffered from it, still is, didn't come out of it, in jail, dead. Like, you know?
Yeah. I
And
think it was J7 who told a mom that whose child had passed away from addiction that she should have been a better mother.
oof. Is
And
J7 a mother?
no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
God. I love
Um,
when people judge people's parenting when they don't even have kids.
yeah. And that's like, listen, I get fucking beefs and hate and like how it happens and low blows and all that kind of stuff, but there's like a human decency attached to comments like that it's like, are you fucking all right?
Right.
Right.
And I'm not sure the details about like this childhood trauma, something to do with like maybe her stepdad being mean or something.
Yeah, I guess she had a really hard upbringing, and her mom and her stepdad were not kind to her whatsoever, and that's tragic and sad, and I feel for her for that. But that doesn't give her the fucking green light to become a 50-year-old woman and just shit on
Bitter.
everyone and
Yeah.
anything that she possibly can and fucking knock people down and make them feel less than and like, it's just like, okay, fine. Yeah, you can feel bad for her, but you don't have to co-sign this either,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And you can be somebody who, raises awareness for, abuse as a child or whatever, and then you advocate for it. You don't show us like the product that the awful product that those situations can create, basically. Like
Right.
you're becoming something that this trauma like molded you as, and the trauma is your identity rather than you've persevered and decided that you're not going to be this victim to what happened to you, and you're
Right.
going to raise awareness of like situations similar, something like that. Like same with her lupus and same with like her talking about her relationship with her mom. Like those things that she talks about are like, okay, people can relate to that and it sounds like you're a down to earth person. But then she'll go off the rails and snap at somebody working in the drive-through because the cinnamon bun doesn't have icing on it, and it's like, oh, so you're that person, so you're a miserable person for things that happened in your past and you take it out on the public. Got it.
100%. Yeah. And that's not okay. And like, she does say wicked racist shit. She does have prejudice against addicts and doesn't think that they deserve a good life. She does just spew hate. Like this is the thing about her. Like you can have anything, a small criticism about her or for instance, the other day I was in a space and one of her mods were in there, and she said she agreed with the person hosting the space about something small that she didn't agree with about Jess's character. Something very small, but this girl was one of the bunnies that were like loyal. Like she went at people for Jess. Okay, she was a soldier for Jess. And during this space, Jess went live and took her wrench and humiliated her. And it's like, girl.
Yeah, and then she plays, I'm being bullied and fat shamed. Meanwhile, people who are your moderators, like Cyber Chick, you know what I mean? Like you decide that if they say something you disagree with, not only are you going to remove their wrench and humiliate them on your platform, but you're also going to make that your content for XYZ amount of days. And no nonsense. I've honestly never heard her like talk. The
Never.
only time that
for
I
about
thought,
herself.
yeah, the only time I thought like, oh, I kind of feel bad for her was like she was saying how somebody was criticizing her as a mother, and she's like, I put everything into my children, and like part of me was like, I kind of believe that might have been like a one area that like maybe she did like do well with or something, but I don't know enough about all that, and she doesn't really share like all that stuff either because she's too busy kind of creating chaos in her
Yeah.
streams.
Yeah,
Where, like,
she's pure chaos.
Yeah, you don't really get to see like a genuine like anything about her for long because it's quickly like turned on. And the thing is, like, I know that Turtle Boy uses in the past until he was like drama free. would use certain instances where like he could like create a little bit of drama and like it was entertaining. And I feel like Jess thought that she was gonna like replicate that like recipe for her channel, but you can't be somebody else. And that's the problem with Jess is like she doesn't know her identity, I don't think. Like she thinks her identity is I'm a mother, I'm a Republican conservative, I'm a journalist, and it's all these things. And it's like, do you know who you are?
Right. I believe that too. I think that she wanted to come on the scene and be a female Turtle Boy, but like, listen, you either got it or you don't. And Turtle Boy is Turtle Boy, and that's his brand. That's what he does. And she doesn't have like her delivery. She's not funny. Like she's fucking hateful. Okay. The way Turtle Boy has always done it is how he does it, and a lot of people don't like him, and that's fine. Like I've watched him and liked him and consumed his content for a long time, and I think to different shows to different folks, but she was never going to be Turtle Boy, and I think that's what she wanted to be, and she fucked around and found out. You know, she went after everybody. Like, no one's exempt from her.
Yeah. So let's hear what she had to say about Broken Baker that she tried to walk back recently.
So I hear that and I go, my first instinct is relations with your neighbor's daughter. Okay, first thing. And then I recognized he retracted the statement. So let me say, there was no doubt that he was talking about like the scenario of a person fucking a child, because then he says, I don't think smallpox is like sexually transmitted. So he doubles down on his brain's thought process is that you could get smallpox from fucking your neighbor's kid, right? And that's exactly what he says. Your neighbor, spending too much time with your neighbor's child, which maybe on its own, isolated, you go, wait, no, that doesn't mean that, right? But then he goes, wait, hold on a second. I'm so stupid. You can't, smallpox isn't sexually transmitted. So then right then and there, I'm going, oh, so you were talking about having sex with your neighbor's kid. Got it. And that part of it is what you want to retract. That part of it is what you think is like, can't live on the internet forever. Like that. So now I'm going, okay. Why is a person saying that? Why is that in your stream of consciousness? Why is that what you are just spitballing things and having a conversation with people about on the internet? And that thought comes into your mind. What kind of a person are you? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the kind of person I told everybody you were. You fucking weirdo.
So she calls, for those who don't know, she calls Broken Baker a sexual deviant weeks ago. Got flack for that. Goes on his stream and listens to a conversation that he's having on his own channel, even though like she claims, you know, like, oh, I don't like him, I don't watch him. Clearly you do.
Yeah, she watches everything.
Right. And she takes what Broken Baker says about his neighbor's daughter as the neighbor's daughter is a minor. Come to find out the neighbor's daughter is not a minor, and that's not what he was saying. And but before she could iron out the details, she goes live on her platform. Sorry if it was a little low. I'm holding it up to my microphone because I couldn't share the screen, but
you're good.
To sum it up, basically, she's saying, I knew you were the sexual deviant that I said you were, and you're a weirdo. And why are you thinking and talking about doing that with a minor? Meanwhile, she's actually misinformed and misunderstanding the whole conversation. And her mind is actually the mind that went to him screwing around with a minor.
Yeah.
So she's trying to shame him as like, I can't believe your head went there talking about the smallpox not being a STD. And like, you know, you're sick for doing that. And it's like, but honey, you got it all wrong. And actually now you're the sick one because you're the one whose head went there. Like, why are you thinking about who he's screwing or talking about screwing?
Right. When she heard my neighbor's child or my neighbor's kid or whatever, she said, okay, so you're talking about fucking a child. And it's like, well, no, that's not what happened. So this is I think this is part of her fucking part of what's wrong with her is like she's so reactive. And she goes from 0 to 100 in seconds. She doesn't take a second to think about what she's doing or saying or anything. And shit like this happens. Like, that's defamation. You're coming out and you're calling someone a pedophile when you read the room wrong. And
you're actually the sicko.
yeah, exactly.
By the way, you're
Oh
very
my
much
God.
obsessed with Baker. Like,
She's
even when she
obsessed.
had J7 on and she did that awkward like interview with her, she was like, now are you embarrassed that your sex life is all over the internet? And
Right.
J7 was like, no, I don't really get embarrassed. And I'm thinking like, yeah, no shit. But
Yeah.
but ultimately I like reflected back on that like question, and I'm like, I feel like Jess is more intrigued with like this information being out there than like wondering if J7's embarrassed by it. Like, she's like just like gloating, like knowing all these details about him in like this sick way.
Yeah, I don't think she gives a shit. I think that listen, it was never her information to give out.
Right. And the thing too about, like we said last week, the whole J7 interview, like that was obviously to get heat off of yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
put her up there and have that be okay. So Sherlock sent me the information about that Veterans Association.
Oh, perfect.
The coordinator, yep, is Kim, who she says. But like, again, how are we, even with this information, if we emailed or whatever, like, where would this lead to? Them saying we can't give the information out, probably.
Yeah, plus, like, she's saying that she's worked with her for a long time. This poor organization's now getting flack for it. You never know what the internet is doing to this organization, and like,
yeah, I'm gonna
it's
share.
Jess's responsibility to clear this up.
Yeah,
she grabbed hold of this organization and threw them under the bus to the internet.
Yep.
And this is her responsibility. It's not theirs, it's hers.
Yeah, I'll link the website. You guys, clearly it's a real organization. So we don't doubt that, although she keeps naming it as if like her naming the organization is proof. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we get it. It's a real place. It's a real website. There's somebody named Kim there. We get it. But
Right. And she's probably has done work with them in the past, clearly, but that doesn't mean that this happened.
Exactly.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you've shown receipts of the Charlie Kirk merch. That's what this all circles back to. Like, it should not be hard to show $700 was transferred, and this whole like doing it in batches. Why would you? Why? What is the reasoning for something like that to be done in batches?
Well, you could say that she was getting the donations and, she didn't have a lot of money back then, like not sticking up for her, but maybe the way that the donations were coming into her, she didn't have the ability, or she didn't have it all together at the time to give a lump sum. Okay, fine. But that doesn't negate the fact that if she was making these electronic donations through a website, that there should be a confirmation email for all 7 of them, or however many there are, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how many, but if there was a bunch of them, you got a confirmation email. So it's like,
yeah. And it's like, so there's a bunch of batches of a transfer. So then you must have a bunch of confirmations. So why is this so hard?
Right. Right. It's just like I said, I want this for her. I wanted her to come out swinging, like, boom, look, guys, and then no one would be talking about it. And I would do a public, no, guys, look, she did not pull a fast one on her bunnies. She really did this, but like the way it's looking, the optics are bad, kids. The optics are bad.
Right. I don't
Someone
even
just said
know.
they tried you a Ponzi scheme. Oh my god. And that's the thing too. Like she's on here on YouTube talking about, I can't believe these like low level or any of these YouTubers will be talking about me. Like that's like what YouTube does, right? That's like
Yeah,
that's what happens when you put yourself out there and you're telling your life story, your home address, your kids' names, the way they work, and all this kind of stuff. And then she turns around scared for her family. It's like, well, you're like that you take it as like a lesson learned that you shouldn't be doing this stuff. And if you're going to be doing fundraisers for murder victims, like provide receipts.
exactly. This is a true crime community that are like highlighting this too. Like I know that there's other people on X and stuff that don't consider themselves part of true crime, but like Charlie Kirk was murdered. That is a crime. It appears that you're making money off of this crime. People are going to have a problem with it. It's that
Right.
simple.
Yeah. And I would have a problem. I've had problems with other creators doing this shit. Like when they pull fast ones on dead kids, like you're fucking gross. What are you doing? Right?
I
What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. I've seen that too. Freeze frame. I've seen a lot of stuff in
Yeah,
the
the free
Karen
country
Reed community.
is wild. Is wild.
Yeah, and so she decides like, oh, I'm gonna blast this guy as being a sicko, and then realizes she was wrong and goes live for 21 minutes. But like, here's the thing: I don't know if she took down the stream where she called him like a pedo. Like, I feel like that's still up. Hold on. Let me check her channel before I.
So the 5 on 24 was the apology tour.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Is it that one? That one with I think yeah, I think that's the one when she was going off about him being a pedophile. Yeah.
The one that was 11 hours ago, because then it was the morning one. And then she followed it up with like, okay, so I guess like, and like she doesn't even like do a full. My whole point is, why don't you take down the whole stream? Like instead,
Right.
she's leaving it up so that it gets like ad revenue and like people can see that she's accusing him of something that he's not. She leaves it up. You could also go into edit like your YouTube studio and you could mute that part out or like add sound to that part where if you really insist on keeping the live stream up, you could add music through YouTube studio to kind of mute out you falsely accusing him of this crime because that's what it
100%.
is, which is defamation. So it's not enough to just do like a 21-minute stream and you're like, yeah, like sorry.
Yeah. And this is the thing when you attach someone's name to those type of allegations, like there is consequences for both that person because it'll always follow them. Like if someone doesn't know them, they're automatically going to have a preconceived notion that this guy is a pedophile. Like
Yeah.
oh, or have a thought in their head like, oh, is he? Like was Jess right? Or
Yeah, because look,
like
this
someone.
one, the apology only has barely 3,000 views, maybe 3,000 because you know how it is in YouTube Studio, like it shows more than what YouTube shows. But the morning one has over 5,000. So it's like, are the people who you proclaimed to that audience that they're a pedo hearing the follow-up? Like you can't guarantee that they've heard you like backtrack.
Right. Exactly.
For private conversation.
So that's a problem.
Exactly.
Like you should remove the whole stream or edit that part out.
Too, it's like all YouTubers, get into pickles where they do bad behavior, if they have bad streams or they talk shit or whatever. And I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again. I've done it. Like you have bad moments and it is what it is. But the crash out for 4 weeks and fucking escalating every day, escalating. It's like, girl, like do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and just stop.
I know.
Get some humility. I find it to have strength when you're able to be like, I was fucking wrong and I'm sorry about everything.
Yeah. And like I said, when people, same with Lauren Matthias with the 9-hour accusing Christina of being her stalker. They need to remove the streams from their channel, from the internet. You were wrong. You said something that wasn't true. Shame on you. But start redeeming yourself by at least removing it.
Yeah. Right.
And okay,
Right.
so we're already at 2 hours discussing this crazy woman.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But let's listen to her, like her trying, because I listened to a few minutes of it, but I was just like, oh, I'll just wait till we go live. Because that's the thing, is I'm not going to watch her more than once. I won't watch her while I'm walking on the treadmill, and then like later on, like you know, I'm like, I'll react live to her when I'm with my community, because she's just so nasty that it's like I don't want that like vibe.
Yeah, that's why. How can people watch her every day? I mean, are you having a fucking anxiety by 8 a.m.? Like, fuck that. I like to laugh.
And are they
like to
like going to drive-throughs and like places in public and treating people like crap too? Because that's really unfortunate.
I mean, to egg that shit on, you'd have to, in my opinion. I don't know these people, but you know, that's how I take it. Like, if you're egging this shit on, I love that. Like, maybe you're the asshole in the drive-through calling a Haitian all types of slurs too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like a normal brain that doesn't do that doesn't accept it.
And I'm like I said, like you never want to do that to restaurant people. I'll tell you, this girl that I worked with, I won't give her name or anything, but yeah, I worked with her for years at Olive Garden. This was in my early 20s. And whenever she would have like the nastiest people at her tables, like, you know, she was always polite and she was one of the best servers. Like, but when she was in the kitchen, everyone knew if she had a bad table or a rude bitch there. And I could just see Machardo being this person that the servers in the back are like, yo, table 23, like this bitch, like blah, blah, blah. And we're all talking shit about you back there. Yeah. This girl had the nastiest person. And we used to have to box up people. She went to the back to get the to-go boxes to go back out there and box the table up, right? And she's complaining about this bitch at her table. She takes the to-go box. I'll never forget it. She licked it. She opened it up. Yes, she opened it up. She licked the to-go box because she just could not stand this bitch at her table. She was just a miserable Machardo.
Yeah.
And she went out there with a smile and, oh, I hope you guys enjoyed your dinner. Have a wonderful night. Hope you enjoy your leftovers. Mind you, she licked that to-go box.
Oh yeah, there was a guy, and there was wretched people that treated him like shit. He was Brazilian, and he was like one of the best people, right? But he didn't take shit, and this guy treated him like dog crap. And he would just drop his food on the fucking kitchen floor and put it in a to-go box and be like, bye.
Exactly. So the way that she treats these people in public, it's like, honey, you don't even know, like.
Yeah.
You know, they're handing you your drink in the drive-thru. How are you so certain that they didn't spit in it?
Right. And like, I don't think that I'm better than anyone.
No.
And so like the superiority that she feels, that she seemingly feels for everybody, like, wow.
And oh yeah,
very
like
off-putting.
even one of the titles to her streams last week, I said I was pretty, not thin. And it's like, you could be the prettiest. For example, Amber Heard, she is aesthetically beautiful.
She's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the you know, some symmetry in her face, everything. Like, she's a Barbie. She's beautiful. But because of how we know about her and Johnny Depp's relationship, she's always ugly to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like Machardo doesn't understand that, like, you know, you got nice hair, whatever, but like your personality makes you not attractive at all.
100%. Yeah. 100%. What's on the inside is what like makes you glow on the outside. It doesn't matter how aesthetically pleasing you are. If you're a 5, being a really sweet, like kind person that's humble and like doesn't think that the better than will make you like an 8, right?
Yeah, exactly. And listen, after calling somebody a pedo, this is her reaction, and realizing that like that's not what he meant and that she effed up. This is her.
All right. Hi. We're just going to give this 1 second
is unexpected, not scheduled, and also pretty random. So give me 1 second and let people recognize that we're here. Might not happen. That doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be live, or people don't need to see it in order for me to do it. But let's take 1 second and let it go.
Let
Hello.
it go.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Julie. Hi, Mindy. Erin. Hi. Hello. Okay, so we're not going to wait. We don't need to share. This doesn't need to be done live. Probably actually could have done it not as a live stream, but we could have done it like as a recorded. But ironically, the timing of this works. I'm just getting back in the car to go and get Georgia. So we're going to wait here a minute and we're going to leave here. So we can do 5 minutes here in the driveway, and then we can get moving. All right. Hi, whores. Hi, pores. All right. So I want to apologize for my statements that I made this morning. I clearly misinterpreted the statements that were made by the Broken Baker. So let's get into that really quickly. So when I was on my live this morning, I think I shared with everybody, I got a call from a follower last night. I answered the phone, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. So now I'm awake. I'm on my phone, and I go on YouTube. I see what shows are live. The Baker was live. I clicked in. They were having a conversation about air conditioners. I just talked about how I have like this fear of my air conditioner making me sick. I haven't used one, blah, 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 blah. So I was just listening. Like that actually was like of interest to me. It was the first, thing that I heard. And very quickly, and I had only listened to a couple minutes, very quickly, the conversation turned into something a little different. And I don't like him, right? So I am not listening for enjoyment. I click to see if he's talking about me. If there's anything I need to know.
So you're stalking him, cyber stalking.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Let's get that off the table.
Hate watch isn't necessarily word because I don't listen to it the whole time, but I definitely listen and see if he's talking about me. So, and I'm just openly admitting that. I pop in to see if he's talking about me. On this particular night, last night, he wasn't talking about me, or maybe he did in the show earlier. I don't even know. But in this point, he was talking about air conditioners. I listened. Now, as someone who doesn't like him, who feels like he has really been the cause for a bunch of bullshit, when he says something that sounds like really kind of gross or whatever, I take notice to that. And the statement that he made, and I encourage you, I will not even use the words that he used. I won't try to spitball it. Just go listen to the stream, his own words. The conversation was about smallpox, and he made a statement that he said, you could get I'm going to paraphrase it. If you had sex with your neighbor's daughter, you could contract smallpox. Now, he made the statement, and I was automatically like, what the fuck? Like, how are you even getting to that point? And also, why the fuck are you talking about a kid like that? Like, that's gross. Like, what the fuck? And then he started to retract it, and I interpreted him retracting it based on the fact that he said something that wasn't true, which was that smallpox was a sexually transmitted disease. The whole thing gave the ick, okay? The whole thing gave the ick. Now, on my show, well, back up. That clip was going around. So somebody else sent it to me. Jessica Walsh told me she got it from 3 different people. Like, people had heard it, and people were like, whatever. So I wasn't alone in my thoughts that this was just like a fucked up thing to say. So
the echo chamber did
when
too.
I got on my show in the morning, it was worthy of me talking about.
Her echo chamber did too.
Yeah, like she's like, I wasn't the only one of my thoughts. Well, because your echo chamber is the one that was sending you clips allegedly, and they knew that that's what you wanted to hear.
And the fact that she explains it as and I was listening and he said that, and I was like, what? Why is he talking about having sex with a kid? And it's
Right.
but that's where your head took it.
Yeah, right. And she's like, he's the cause of a lot of no, you're the cause, Jess. You are the cause. You're the cause. And when you start taking some accountability for being the cause, maybe things will start going better.
Maybe.
Because it's fucking gross. And I played the clip, and then I gave my take on it. And since then, I have apparently learned through his own words, on a statement he put on that actual stream, that he was not referencing an underage child. So what he was referencing was just having sex with some neighbor's daughter who was over age. Now, somebody asked me, well, why did you automatically think of a child? These are the kinds of things that I normally wouldn't even start to think about, but because the internet has a tendency to kind of like go haywire with stuff,
wait.
It's the internet's fault that you have perversions in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the internet that thought of that. It was you. And then you came on like a fucking raging bull on the internet and was like, he's fucking kids. Like, girl, stop it.
Whoa.
Can only say that the reason I thought neighbor's daughter is because I have a daughter that lives with me who's 17. So it sounded to me like neighbor's daughter sounds like a child to me, or somebody's child. So that is what I interpreted it as, based on me as a parent, as a mother. He is clearly stating that his statement about getting smallpox by sleeping with your neighbor's daughter, he actually meant a child of a person, but not a child, and the person is of age. And so I'm making a public apology that I did not understand that. And now that he has clarified that it is not a child, but just a child of a neighbor, that my comments obviously.
But he didn't say child of a neighbor. He said the daughter of a neighbor. Like, why are you getting this misconstrued in your mind?
Moving the goalposts. It's trying to like soften the soften the situation for herself, right? Like like they call it distancing languages and distancing language when someone who's guilty is trying to be like, no, I didn't hurt the person, instead of saying I didn't kill her, right?
And listen to her stupid ass followers. In no way did I take it to mean he was talking about a child. I took it as a proverbial farmer's daughter tale. Somebody else says, it definitely sounded weird, but if that's not what he meant, you're apologizing. Let's move on, losers. And then somebody else, small and adult daughters normally don't live with their parents. Honey, a lot of daughters live with their parents.
Jess lives with her parent.
But
don't line up with what his intention was. And so I'm making a public apology for that. Now, I am not apologizing that I said that he's weird. I'm not apologizing that I think this is like just bizarre content and conversations. I'm not apologizing that my instinct was neighbor's child. It sounded exactly how I interpreted it to me. But if he is clearly stating after the fact that that wasn't his intent, I will apologize for the statement that I made. He asked for an apology. You know me, I won't give him an apology for anything, but I think it's warranted here. I can see already, because of the temperament of what's going on the interwebs, that people are on both sides losing their minds. I will say this. I didn't call him a pedophile. I never used that word. I never said that. I just said that this was a fucking sick, disgusting statement to make. Now,
no, you said he fucked a kid. You literally said he fucked a kid,
right?
Or he wanted to fuck a kid. Like, that's what you said.
Stop trying to backtrack. Like,
yeah,
wow.
I will say, I give her. I was kind of like, I can't believe that she's like even remotely. Yeah, I was shocked. I was kind of like, okay, it's a start, right? It's a start.
But I'm not gonna apologize that I thought it was a child. It's like, then why? So you're not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like half-assed, and or that I said he was weird.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to like qualify it with like, I still think he's like, you just don't like, you don't have to do that. But this is a start, right? It's like if you can see fault in other things that have gone on, then that would be good too. Like, this is a start. I'll give her credit. Be humble. Yeah.
Yeah, and on that note, like, okay, so you backtracked from defamation. Good for you. You.
Right. She backtracked from a lawsuit. Like, come on.
And again, it's still, in a way, you could argue like, well, it's self-serving. You only
Yeah.
did that because you don't want to be sued.
Yeah. Right.
Because everyone was like, dude, that's like over the top. Because she removed the stream where she calls him a sexual deviant. You need to remove
yeah.
this other stream talking
Yeah.
about like him with the child. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, listen, she, there's so many things that we could say. Like, she needs to think before she rages. Like, it's, I think a lot of people, even the ones that are like, fuck her, are like so over her that it's just going to end up dying out. And she's going to be talking to her echo chamber about people, and no one's even going to like watch to find out what she's saying. It's for everyone to kind of respond and go back at her. And I think people have like, we were talking about like, we did this with Lauren Matthias. Like, Lauren was so exhausting that you had to like take a break and be like, I'm not even fucking like, who cares? Like, see ya.
Her channel, the views on her channel, you can see like as much as like I say like, oh, I'm not on here telling you guys to unsubscribe or anything, but like eventually people stumble on streams like this and they're like, oh wait, so they're not who I thought they were. Okay. And like they might still stay subscribed, but like the views and stuff go down. I think that eventually, like especially with Big Brother starting and like Jolene's gonna move on to that stuff, like and she's burned her bridges with the Karen Reed community, like
everybody.
Exactly. So what's going to happen is she's going to realize nobody gives a shit about me anymore, and her money and everything's going to go down.
Right. Yeah. And that too, a part of me is like, she's keeping this shit up because it's, people are going on there in the morning and people are talking about her on X and then having the streams at night and stuff. And it's like, like the whole Charlie Kirk thing, like that is something that's just like, come on, that's not even about the drama. It's like, just fucking provide the receipt. And I know she tried to explain it away the other night, but it's just like, come on. Like, I want to be able to come on here and be like, yo, guys, look, she does have it, but she won't do it, and that's fucking shady in my opinion. So it's and then it's all the other receipts and it's all the other it's fucking exhausting.
I know.
Exhausting.
We didn't even get to like half the clips to react to because this whole Charlie Kirk thing and Broken Baker, it's like that took up 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
we'll have to do a part 3 sometime.
Yeah, and next weekend, I'm gonna be out of town next weekend, but I'll be watching if you go live, and I'll be able to moderate and stuff like that. And guys, I have Amy's channel pinned. It's in the description box and the title. So if you guys could sub up to Amy, I would really appreciate it. And I wanted to thank you again for coming on with me. I know right now,
Thanks for having me.
You're gonna need to decompress or something. So I don't want to take up any more of your time on this nonsense, but like it all comes down to show the receipts for the Charlie Kirk thing and stop with your shit. Like like you're obsessed. You're obsessed. If I was, her husband's name is Jeff, right? If I was Jeff, I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with Baker?
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, it's just kind of like odd at this point. Like you literally are like, it really does seem like she's like crushing,
because she looks at him as the reason why everybody turned on her. He's the reason why she's in the predicament that she's in. Like, it's not Jess. He's not the reason. He's not the reason. You have to look in the mirror for the reasons why people are all set. Like, they're all done. And, like, maybe you'll be able to rehab and yourself and I don't know. I think the damage is done at this point.
Oh yeah. I don't think that she could get a hold of Aiden, or especially with her going so hard after Will, like with BX. And it's like, this girl talks about loving politics so much, but she's not good at this, like, politicking.
No, she's not good at the YouTubing.
No,
she's not. I mean, she does have a fan base. She has
and hate watchers.
The hate watchers, but even they're kind of getting fed up. Even like they're kind of just like over it, you know. There's a
Or
couple,
they'll go to other channels or X to see the clips and not her channel anymore.
right? Yeah, 100%. Because that's what happens with these people, like Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty has people that go over her, and they would much rather watch it with someone like Jolene than to
Mhm.
actually watch her, because it's
It's too much.
it's too much.
If
It's
you don't
too
have
much.
somebody like pausing it to be like, did you just hear what she just said? Like she's trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
Yeah. Thinking you're the only one thinking this, like, oh my God.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, next weekend I will not be streaming, but I will be putting up videos during the week. And then I'll be back streaming the weekend after that. And besides the YouTube that is linked and all that, where would you like people to find you, Amy? Like on X or anything like that?
Yeah, you can find me on X at Boston 1985 Amy on X. So you can follow me over there, and you can come over onto my channel, and do true crime like Amber, go over a bunch of different cases. I'm actually going to be doing the Charlie Kirk investigation. So I started it, but life's been kind of crazy over here lately. So we'll get back into it. But yeah, come over there and see me. And thank you for having me as always.
Yay. All right. Well, we'll
Yay.
be
All right.
talking soon, and goodbye,
Yes.
everybody. Thanks for being
Bye.
here.